Hey everybody, Dr. Keith here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to talk a little bit about weight loss, weight management, kind of diet, things like that in this short presentation. Now before we even get started, you have to find a why. This is the reason why people will lose a little weight and then gain it back and kind of be on that cycle is because they don't have a real why of why they should lose weight. They just feel that, maybe their significant other wants them to lose weight, or someone tells them, their doctor may have told them that, and they don't really have a why of why they're going to do it. And this could be a variety of different reasons, and I can't really tell you what your why should be. It has to be something important to you. So it could be to be more active. It could be for fitness. It could be to live longer, to play with your kids, to play with your grandkids. Like, there's all kinds of different reasons, and it's going to be very specific for you. And you have to understand what that is so you can achieve the results and the goal and maintain it. It's also important to understand that weight loss and health aren't exactly the same thing. They can be correlated, but they're not the same thing. You must provide your body with what it needs in order to be healthy. And you must limit or eliminate what is not in order to not be sick. And so it's not necessarily the same thing, because there's many of unhealthy ways to lose weight that are out there. And we're going to mainly talk about diet. Sometimes people often focus a lot on exercise and movement for weight loss, and it's a part of, remember, it's a part of health, but it's not necessarily part of weight loss. Most of weight loss and weight management and maintenance is going to be from the diet and the nutrients you provide yourself. Exercise is going to be more for toning and kind of strength and things like that. So for most Americans, the #1 way to stop gaining weight, losing weight, or to maintain weight is to stop drinking your calories. So stop, juices with lots of sugar in it, stop soda, all that kind of thing, because the average American actually drinks 760 calories per day. And this includes like crazy different kind of coffee drinks and things like that. They have a ridiculous amount of sugar and calories in it. And the main thing is to eat real food. Now we're going to dive way into more detail what that actually means. But if you eat real food, you will maintain a healthy weight. Now mostly we're going to talk about this in terms of a paleo diet, a primal diet. Now by nature it's just lower in sugar. It's lower in inflammation, and it's the diet that humans have eaten the longest. Mainly what it consists of are eating tons and tons of healthy, non-starchy vegetables, eating healthy meat, healthy fish, healthy eggs, eating a little bit of nuts and seeds and a little bit of fruit. So your main two fuels that your body works on are fat and sugar. Now most Americans are going on sugar. Now if we're using sugar as fuel, what we're actually going to do is store fat. And we're actually going to store a lot of the sugar that we're intaking. So we want to turn our bodies so that it actually can burn fat. And this actually allows insulin levels to be more manageable, more kind of level. If we're constantly needing sugar, we're going to be up and down, up and down. And these are the people that, if you need to eat every couple of hours, that means your body is dependent on sugar. So you need to drink tons and tons of water. Your body is mostly made up of water, and so you need to drink clean water. We'll put that in there. There's other things that you definitely can have. You can have a little bit of coffee. Try not to add any sugar and any of those other weird things that they put in it. The same thing with tea. You can have some tea. Again, you want your main beverage to definitely be water by a long shot. So you definitely shouldn't be drinking pop, soda, juices, sugar drinks, fake sugar drinks too. We'll talk a little bit about that. Or basically anything else if it's not on the previous list. So diet soda, even though it doesn't contain a lot of sugar and then not a lot of calories, and contains fake things, which actually can trick your body. It can actually trick your brain in some cases, and it can make you actually more hungry. It can make you want to drink more. And from a weight standpoint, it has absolutely nothing to do with weight loss in individuals. A lot of times people who drink diet are way more than individuals that don't. Cancer cells actually survive on sugar. And so by eating tons of sugar, we can just promote that type of cell division. Whereas if we have lower amounts of sugar, then it's not going to be as prominent. It won't be as likely for those cells to replicate. There's all kinds of different types of sugar. There's all kinds of refined sugars. There's obviously different colors. You'll go to a restaurant, you see different colors of sugar. Sometimes it's fake sugar, but there's high fructose corn syrup. Grains can be, some grains are just sugar molecules stacked together. A lot of times when it says low fat, reduced fat, or no fat, there's tons of sugar in it. Potatoes and starches can actually be sugary, as well as fruits. Now that's not to say that you can't have some of these things. It's just to give you an understanding that they do contain sugar. So the difference between sugar and high fructose corn syrup is very little when you look at it, but it has a pretty big difference on the body. So table sugar is 50% glucose, 50% fructose, and high fructose corn syrup is 55% fructose and 45% glucose. May not seem like a lot, but the way that your body processes these things are actually pretty different. And what's even more interesting is if you eat a lot of fructose, it can actually increase your hunger. And it can be found in a lot of fruit. However, there's kind of a defense mechanism in there because vitamin C, which is in most fruits in high amounts, will actually stop that process of you being hungry. Grains. We're just going to talk about them more in the sense of sugar today. But as I said earlier, there's a lot of them are essentially long sugar molecules that are just put together. And they can create a lot of inflammation. Nowadays, a lot of them are genetically modified, which has a lot of other effects that we're not going to get a lot into today. But just understand that it can be a lot of sugar. Berries you can eat. They're the best type of fruit because they are lower in sugar. You can eat all kinds of different other fruit as well, but berries have a lower kind of amount of sugar overall, and so it's going to be kind of the best bet when we're looking at weight management and things like that. Another really important thing to do is you're going to have to do prep days, and what we mean by that is have a day. Most people use 1 day a week. You could use a couple of days if you want, and just make a ton of food, because if there's no food in the house and you're hungry, you're going to stop, you're going to get fast food, you're going to get all kinds of other weird types of food, and that's not going to be beneficial for you. So exercise and movement. As I said, it's not the main thing, but you definitely need to do it to be healthy. And so the main thing you need to be doing is just walking a lot and moving as much as you can. Certainly you should throw in some short sprints, kind of always have a variety. I do a lot of CrossFit. It's a great way to kind of learn how to move your body. There's other personal trainers that can kind of give you good ideas in that, but you need to learn how to move your body properly. So fats do not actually make you fat. Combining sugar and fat together will make you fat, but if you're just eating a lot of fat, it's not gonna make you fat. You're not gonna store it very much, unless you're eating ridiculous amounts. But you're mostly, and when you're doing that, your body's going to learn to burn that fat, and so you're going to be using it as energy. So there's a couple supplements that you're definitely going to be, that you definitely should be on, and there's a whole presentation I have on this, so we're just going to talk about this really briefly, but it's on our website. You can definitely check it out. We definitely should be taking a fish oil. If you already are taking one, that's awesome, but I would recommend, especially if you're taking a capsule, to bite into it, because if it tastes like fish, it's not a good product. Another thing you will need, and I have a presentation specifically on vitamin D that we just put up, and so if you want more information about that, go ahead and watch that one. But this is the one we use. We definitely need to supplement with vitamin D. You're not going to be getting enough of it from the sun. Probiotics, we have about 10 times as much bacteria in our body helping us than actual cells, and so you want to make sure you got the right amount. You want to provide yourself with the right ones in there. So you're definitely going to be needing a probiotic supplement too, and you're going to be needing a whole food multivitamin. And this is a really good one because it's completely made of 100% whole food kind of products. So there's all kinds of different vegetables, herbs, fruit, etc. in there to kind of give you the nutrients without any of the fake chemicals and stuff like that. So water is extremely important, as we said. It should definitely be the #1 thing you're drinking. You can filter it multiple different ways, but you're going to be needing to filter it somehow. You can use like a Brita or a Pure, kind of one in the fridge. You can use one on your faucet. There's other ways to do it with reverse osmosis. You can distill water. You can buy distilled water, and that's going to really be the cleanest one you can get. In kind of tap water, there's all kinds of different chemicals, pollutants. There's actually all kinds of different medication in our water too. But water with high amounts of copper has been linked to increased areas of Alzheimer's. And like I said, there's all other kinds of pollutants there that are just not going to be beneficial for you. So some really easy things to start by increasing your fats would be using grass-fed butter, some full-fat pasture-raised kind of cream. Increasing the amount of fish oil, omega-3, eating lots of avocado is really good for you, and using more coconut oil and coconut products. It's really important that you don't have sugar for breakfast because it's just going to, just like you've heard in the past, breakfast, the old saying is, breakfast is really important to start your day. Well, if you're starting your day with crappy stuff, then your day's not going to go very well. So you don't really want to be eating all those sugary things. Cereals are all just sugar, and so you want to stay away from that and kind of get a more balanced breakfast. Sleep is actually really important as well for weight management. Everybody needs a slightly different amount, so you're going to have to kind of play with it and see how it is. But if you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to be raising all kinds of different hormones, stress hormones in your body, and that's going to alter it. And it's very easy to put on weight when those stress hormones are actually up there. So we're going to leave you with a saying that we always use, is that to remember life is amazing, but to experience an amazing life, we must experience health. And if you have any questions, just contact us by any of these means. Call us at the office, make an appointment. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Like I said, there's all kinds of other presentations on the website, so go ahead and check those out too. I'm Dr. Keith. Have an amazing day.